Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be the White Knight Beta Male. I think there's also another name for this guy. I've known a few women over the years. They've got this acronym. They call him Harry Honda. And so that's kind of the nice guy that is kind of like one of the male orbiters that doesn't have the confidence to date or really go for what he wants. And so whenever women need something, they just call Harry Honda, and he shows up with his tools and he fixes whatever needs to be fixed like a good little boy. And then he goes home by himself, and then she invites the guy over that she's actually hooking up with. So I've got an email from a guy. He started dating a woman that I guess she was married for about 7 years or whatever, in a 7-year relationship. And I guess it was supposedly to her high school sweetheart. Well, he just upped and left her a few months back. And so this guy here met her, and he's obviously very taken by her. And so they've been hanging out and having fun, but not hooking up because he's trying to be Mr. White Knight, trying to be extra nice to her. Her attraction is growing, but he's also starting to realize, I think I'm putting myself in the friend zone by not going all the way with her. So his spidey sense is telling him that his Mr. Nice Guy approach is, there's something amiss, it's a little off, and so he asked my opinion. So I'm going to be happy to give it to him. So I got a quote that I wrote in this particular topic, and because you see this a lot. Guys meet a woman, or maybe they knew her for a while, and she gets out of a relationship, and then they start hanging out. And I had plenty of experience doing these kinds of things when I was in my late teenage years, early 20s, and I didn't know any better. You think, hey, I'll be the friend for a while, and she'll get to see how cool I am, and then once she's healed, then I'll ask her out for a date. And then you wait, and the weeks and the months go by, and you're hanging out, and you're thinking, I'm going to get my chance. I've just got to give her a few more weeks or a few more months to heal. And next thing you know, you find out she's hooking up and sleeping with somebody else, and you're thinking, damn, why did that happen? Well, you'll see from this email exactly how and why that happens. So you can avoid it, because it sucks. And you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be Harry Honda. Harry Honda is not a good way to go. Harry Honda goes home by himself with his bad case of blue balls. So the quote I wrote says, when you ask women what attracts them to men, they usually say confidence is the first thing they noticed. Confidence is certainty in your demeanor, vibe, and actions. It's positive expectation that you are used to getting what you want and that you expect to get what you want. It's being unsure of yourself and your own ability to make your grandest goals and dreams a reality. This makes women feel safe and comfortable enough to let go and let you lead the relationship and the interactions. Men who are timid, shy, and unsure of themselves don't make women feel safe. They make women feel like they are dealing with little boys instead of men. Women will let men seduce them, but they will only allow boys to do things for them and not to them. So with that said, let's go through his email. He says, hi, Coach. I am 35, laser focused on my mission, and have been applying your principles for years with great success. Thanks. You're welcome. You're very, very welcome. I recently met a smart, gorgeous, super feminine woman. She's a model and an actress whose high school sweetheart and husband of 7 years abruptly left her a few months ago. No matter how hot the girl is, there's a guy that's tired of fucking her. That's just reality. But his loss is your gain, potentially. Potentially. Obviously, she will need considerable time to heal as her emotions are quite raw at the moment. True, but ideally what you want to do is you want to be the escape. As I talk about in 3% Man, your job as a man in the courtship is to create an opportunity for sex to happen, to hang out, have fun, and hook up. That's it. There's nothing about being a white knight or a relationship or being extra nice or turning yourself into Harry Honda or trying to become her doormat so you can fix her sprinkler system or whatever it happens to be. Don't be that guy. And that's the vibe I get. I get the vibe of Harry Honda here, who's heading to being in friend zone. Obviously, you'll see he's kind of feels like he's heading that way himself, and he doesn't like where that ends. He says, we met. When we met, we connected instantly, and everything was just so effortless. She ticks every box on my list. One of those rare women you meet maybe twice or 3 times in a decade. Well, you don't really know. You haven't gone all the way, and you just met her. You don't have any for unlawful carnal knowledge. Remember the old Van Halen album from the 80s for you Gen X people? We've been hanging out and having fun, but obviously not hooking up as it's way too soon. Come on, man. Why? Think about it. She just got dumped by her high school sweetheart, the love of her life. So what do you think her state of mind is in? She's probably not feeling real good. And it's probably shocking to her. So what would be great for somebody in that situation? For somebody to come along, because there's lots of guys that are going to be nice to her, but a guy to come along, to hang out and have fun and hook up with her and be an escape from what just happened. A guy that knows what he's doing, hanging out, having fun, and hooking up. It's going to put a smile on her face, hopefully, and help her escape from life or what happened in her life and cause her to also feel like, hey, it's not so bad. There's nothing wrong. Because obviously anybody's going to feel like, well, maybe I'm not attractive anymore. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Especially when you get rejected. It's always better to be the dumper than dump B. And so he's thinking, well, because I really like this girl, I'm going to put her on a pedestal and be extra nice. I mean, this guy says he's been applying my stuff with great results over the years. But you're acting like, oh, I know this girl's going to be great relationship material down the road. It's like, you don't know that. It doesn't matter. It's not your department. Your job is to hang out, have fun, and hook up. Unless, I can understand if you're ultra religious, but I don't think, based on anything he shared there, that he's not seducing her because he's religious and wants to wait till marriage or whatever. So we've been hanging out, having fun, but obviously not hooking up as it's way too soon. Again, this is the Mr. White Knight complex. It's a bad way to go, dude. It's not what I teach in my book. You claim you've been following my book with great success for years, but with this particular woman, because she's a once, twice, maybe 3 times later, 3 times in a decade kind of woman, you're like, oh, I'm gonna be turned into Harry Honda, and she'll really like that. She'll really like a neutered man. That'll really turn her on. She says she still breaks down in tears every week or 2. So he's like, I gotta be her therapist. I gotta take care of her. I'm gonna be her butler. Harry Honda to the rescue. My questions. How do I best approach this? Follow the book. Stop being Mr. White Knight. Hang out, have fun, and hook up, like the Teespring mug says so. I have the Coach Corey Wayne store if you're so inclined to get one of these to remind yourself of the formula, because maybe you need to do that. She is showing increasing signs of attraction each time you hang out and have fun, but she still has a lot of healing to do, so I don't take things any further. Dude, she's dying to have somebody take things a little further. Her husband left her. And you're like, what do you think you're going to accomplish by not seducing her? She's going to go, oh, wow, I'm in love with you. Let's have a relationship. You don't even know if she's relationship material. You don't know her well enough to make it. You're making all these assumptions. You put her on a pedestal. You're projecting your fantasy of what you want onto her. And yet you don't even know this woman. You don't even know if she's any good in bed. You don't know what she's like on her worst day or her best day, or what her normal average days are like. Because you have a fantasy and you're like, oh, I got to treat this woman differently. This is the problem. This is how you ruin attraction, is you're treating her different than any other dating prospect. And this is how you end up finding out that she's been sleeping with some other guy. I just think of you as a friend, Mr. Harry Honda. But thanks for fixing my toilet and changing the tires in my car and putting a new battery on it and mowing my lawn for me and fixing my broken windows and painting my house. It's really nice of you to do that. You're such a great friend. And I'm going to take you to lunch to show my thanks and appreciation. And you can meet my new boyfriend. He's really wonderful. And your advice, all the time we spent together, it really helped me heal. So I really thank you for that. You're such a great friend. That's your future, bro. He says, do I risk ending up in friend zone by hanging out, having fun, and not hooking up? Yes. I've intentionally made sure we don't drink alcohol together yet because I feel we may hook up and then that could send her into a spin emotionally. Dude, you're not there to be her therapist. You're there to hang out, have fun, and hook up because you like her, she likes you. Be an escape from what just happened. Think about it. Every time you're with her, if she feels good, you give her a few orgasms, it's a positive thing. She's going to think very positively and very naughtily about you, which is what you want. But you keep doing what you're doing, you are absolutely going to get stuck. You're friend zoning yourself on purpose. He said, what's your advice? The hookup part, you need to add that there. Have a glass of wine or two. Bring one bottle of wine over. And then you each can have a glass and a half. I'll give you, each a nice little buzz. It'll be good. Hang out, have fun, hook up. You're adults. You're a 35-year-old man. You're not a 15-year-old teenage boy wondering whether or not if you should lose your virginity with this girl. Come on, dude. My current plan is to continue to hang out and have fun. Come on, man. It's a bad way to go. I'll know when she's ready to take it further. Really? But my concern is if our hanging out without escalating could kill her attraction and land me in friend zone. Yeah. Especially because she knows you're not going out with her because you want to be her friend. She knows you're going out with her because you want access to the box. But you're thinking, I got to wait. And I got to be nice. And then I'll get access to the box. But what's going to happen, she's going to go, the dude's got no confidence, or he's a wuss, or he's a Harry Honda. And I'll let him fix my toilet when my new boyfriend comes over and takes a giant dump in the morning and clogs it up, because that's what Harry Hondas are for. Don't do what you're doing. Dude, you gotta hook up. If the signs are there, the seduction signs I talk about in the book, you just escalate it. Like women, when they like you, they open a door and all you gotta do is walk through it. So when the signs are there that I talk about in the book, when she's bumping into you and she's extra close, you're fooling around, you're kissing, you're making out, just see how far you can go. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, until you're into the happy, slimy highway, if you will. That's what I would do if I were you. I would not take your approach because your approach is guaranteed to give you blue balls and get you permanently stuck in friend zone and get you the wonderful label of the Harry Honda guy. So you don't want that. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. Trust me. So if you got a situation or a challenge and you'd like to get my help with it, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.